For Konkonku TV Suni election 2024 who update any eguso a ye bonkai near the amount we fidi so no subscribe na share na ofofro nso enya bi enhwe na isi mami Jemensa ane wadika ne centralfo abekasa se obe declare elections ne de wo se ye man break akra na coalitions ne yen quality ai na jaye keke kamum na yensum mre no e na tan ekasi mu ho entumun ya wadi tu dafa wontuma mpamirika nkwati kokonua na kyenankuni kru amansa nyina peprasta abase jena fa kyere so nsoso nkoto ne boase a ebia nanka ebewie ne yenti oto ne boase sanso na Johnson said dunketia dwemtani mandisi wose wantiase de enti abawumia ekura bagya tumso omadintu nanso Jemensa eguso etene toso a wotwe na ase wewe a wompese obe declare mahama officially obia ense wono ena ewina na owura Justin Frimpong kodua enso abobobo city bi ewo maiga nam ho mususu se MPP amanuko no arene nanso NDC for ye wo mo some styles bi te senia wo mo ena afa ediso nti ehon nsem ne ade no mpanifo emiensa abusua yenko na yenkonkotie
agents at every step of the way. Additionally, it involves the observers, the media, and citizens as well. And the process emanates from the pink sheets, and it's important to note that the pink sheets form the basis of the results that are announced, whether it is at the constituency level for parliamentary candidates or whether it is at the national level for presidential candidates. But it starts and emanates from the pink sheets at the polling station. Once the results are counted at the polling station and parties are satisfied with the count of the ballot papers, they then go on to fill out the pink sheets, after which party agents sign on to these pink sheets and are provided with copies. As you may be aware, a copy of those pink sheets are posted at every polling station across the country. From there, the pink sheets are sent to the Constituency Collation Center, where you have the agents of the parties as well. And right at the collation center, no counting is done. What is done is simply to collate the results from the pink sheets, and this is done at the Constituency Collation Center. It is done in the presence of the agents of the parties and observers and media partners. And once parties are satisfied, they go on to sign the collation forms provided at the Constituency Collation Center. They are also given copies of these. And a copy is also pasted at the Constituency Collation Center. From the Constituency Collation Center, the results travel to the region, where party agents are also present. Again, this is not a counting process. As I mentioned, the pink sheets form the basis of the results that are announced and the results that are collated. But the results from the constituency are also collated at the regional level. Once parties are satisfied, they form the regional results collation forms, and the summary forms are filled, and the parties sign on to these. And they are giving copies of these forms. It is at this level that the results are then faxed to the head office, that is at the National Collation Center. Again, the results come through fax. The results come through fax, and it is done in the full glare of the party agents who receive the fax, and they review it against what they may have received from their respective parties. If they are happy and it conforms to what they have received, they then endorse it. After endorsement, the results are projected and as provisional results. Those provisional results are brought to the commission, and we scrutinize it. And as the returning officer for the presidential, I go on to sign this. I'd like to ask that citizens exercise patience. It's just been 23 hours since the close of polls. The process is elaborate, it is inclusive, it involves the political parties and observers at every step. And the whole idea is to ensure that what comes up at the end of the day has involved, it's a bottom-up approach that has involved all the agents at all levels. And at the end of the day, what comes up is acceptable by all the candidates and their supporters and the citizens as well. So this is the elaborate process we have. And we thought that this afternoon, it was important to allay the fears and the anxieties of citizens. The Commission is going to intends and will uphold the will of the people as expressed at the polls, and that will is what has been captured on the pink sheets. However, it's important that we exercise patience, we take our time.
Thank you. Abana,
The besieging of our centers by supporters of the parties. In the anxiety and in the excitement, some supporters of political parties have besieged our collation offices, making it difficult in some cases for our officers to carry out their functions. We have spoken directly with the leadership of the political parties, and we've asked them to recall their supporters. We believe that this should be done, and our supporters, our staff should have an unhindered access and the free space to collate the results. So as I mentioned, we are looking forward to seeing the results. Of course, in cases where it's impossible to collate results for a particular constituency, where it would not affect the outcome, and where the winner would still emerge winner with at least 50% plus one, the decision has been taken by the Commission to proceed with those results, even if we don't have certain constituencies as part of the final results. Once we come up with the final results, we'll look at that and include it. But in order not to waste time where there's some difficulty to collate constituency results, we will proceed to collate the presidential results without it, so long as it does not affect the outcome of the final result. So we'd like to thank you very much for your attention. And we believe that in the next few hours, we should be receiving some of the results. As I indicated, we have received the results from the Ahafo region, and we believe that the others would be coming soon. Before I end, I'd like to assure you, I think the Commission has walked the walk of transparency. We have walked the walk of accountability. We have walked the walk of responsiveness, and we have walked the walk of inclusiveness. And this has been evident from the very start of our electoral calendar, that is in the preparation of the voters' register to date. I think that the evidence is clear. The matter speaks for itself, as my colleagues in law would state. And the transparent manner in which we have conducted ourselves has ensured that this election has been peaceful, it has been credible, it has been fair, and it has been acceptable by all stakeholders. So we'd like to assure you and assure all the people of Ghana that it is the will of the people as expressed at the polls that has been reflected on the pink sheets that will travel from the polling station to the constituency, to the region, and to the National Collation Center that will be declared at the end of the day. It is the people's choice. As President of the Republic of Ghana, that would be announced, and we believe, so help us God. Yes. So on behalf of the Commission, we thank you very much for your time. We believe that in the next few hours, we are hopeful that the results will start trickling in. And if it becomes necessary to hold another press conference, we will do so. But to the citizens of Ghana, we ask that you exercise some patience so transparent has been the process, and I believe that, I think right from the first few hours after the opening of the polls to date, we have held, this is the 8th press conference that we have held as part of the 2024 election. Indeed, prior to this time, the commission held only one press briefing, and that was when the results were going to be announced. We believe that even in the next couple of hours, you would walk with us, you would journey with us on the journey of transparency, accountability, responsiveness, and inclusiveness as we receive the results that will come in from the regions. We assure the citizens that we will work hard in their interest as our key stakeholders to ensure that every vote that is cast at the polling station counts. Well, thank you so much for your attention this afternoon, and may God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make his beloved nation great and strong.
Note of the concession speech delivered by His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And before the concession speech, the party put out the results as has been compiled through our own collation system. Fortunately, these results have not been contested by our main opponents, and they have heeded to our call to concede to defeat so that we can bring down the tension which has been rising in the nation. We thought that the competent Electoral Commission must have had their results now, because you have a commission which is a referee. The key players, the two key players, have produced our results, and you are to pronounce, and yet they seem to be feet dragging. And in our earlier press conference addressed by the National Communication Officer, we indicated how necessary it is for the Electoral Commission to stop the feet dragging so that the results can be announced, and then the tensions in the nation will come down. We believe that that is the way to secure peace. Unfortunately, we still are waiting on the Electoral Commission, and our agents countrywide are complaining because simply they do not understand the reason why the Electoral Commission is not announcing the obvious. Because of that, the youth of this country have started reacting. And I think that this is a very dangerous moment in the history of our country. In the weeks leading to the election, you all recollect that the National Peace Council plus other peace industry players came to our office here and demanded of us to sign a peace declaration. We put our cards on the table that peace cannot be guaranteed by the two participating political parties in the election, because you have other stakeholders whose responsibility is to maintain peace.
At this opportunity, once again, to congratulate His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. The party also used this opportunity to commend our presidential candidate, His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, his running mate, Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh, for leading the party's campaign. The party also commends the spouses of the flag bearer and the running mates. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, former President John Ajekun Kufuor, Chairman of our National Campaign Team, Mr. Honorable Dan Butchie, officers and members of the party across the country for their tireless efforts that they put in prosecuting the electioneering campaign. However, the MPP has, with great concern, taken notice of the violent conduct of the NDC tax at some of the constituencies' collation centers, i.e. Damango, Ablekuma North, Techiman South, Awowin, Obuasi East, Insawam, Adojiri, Ay3ka North, Ahafano North, Ahafano Southeast, Ahafano Southwest, Akwetia, Trobo, Obuasi East, and Tema Central. Indeed, data that made our flag bearer to concede this morning shows clearly that the MPP has won the constituencies I've mentioned. But the NDC, knowing very well that they have lost these seats to the MPP, are unwilling to accept their fate and are desperately seeking to compel the EC to do their bidding. We vehemently condemn these attacks and are serving notice that we shall resist every attempt to tamper with the results of the parliamentary elections in these constituencies. I call on the IGP, Mr. Dampare. Mr. IGP, you made a promise to political parties in 2 different occasions when we met you at your office, and your words were unambiguous that you will see to it that we have a free, fair, and transparent elections. Mr. IGP, we believe you have seen what is happening at the various coalition centers. And as a political party, the New Patriotic Party, we are calling on you to maintain law and order at the various coalition centers. We must ensure that the rights and safety of all our citizens are protected. We must not allow illegal looting and intimidation of our citizens. And I call on the leadership of the NDC to call its supporters to order and condemn these unnecessary acts of violence. Ladies and gentlemen, so because we deal with data, I will this juncture let you know the figures that we have collated from the constituencies that I've mentioned. For Damango, out of the 93 polling stations, 91 were collated, and our candidate, Honorable Abujinapo, was leading by 1,802. In fact, even if we add the 2 remaining polling stations all to NDC, our candidate would have still won. For our North South West, we won by 677. For Ay3ka North, we won by 452. For Trobo constituency, we won by 8,900. For Akwetia, we won by 2,038. For Obuasi East, we won by 28 votes. For Ablekuma North, we won with 400 votes. For Techiman South, we won with 3,176 votes. And Tema Central, we won by 55 votes. So these are the figures that we have from these constituencies that I've mentioned. And once again, I call on the leadership of the NDC, Your Excellency, former President and President-elect, please, you have made this country in a peaceful manner. We considered without even causing any chaos. For the sake of the peace and stability in our country, for the sake of the properties of several individuals in this country, for the sanctity of the work that the Electoral Commission is doing, please call on your members to allow the Electoral Commission to do their work. Violence should not have a place in our electoral process. As a country, we have come far from 1992, when we decided to go into multi-party democracy. Over 32 years, we have had a very successful election. Please don't let these acts by the tax in your party mar the beauty of the 2024 elections. Thank you very much.